God of War, last but not least. I love God of War, first one. Um, they showed gameplay and more story stuff at Ragnarok. They had a full trailer. It has a new director, Eric Williams, who's worked on every single God of War game, including the PSP games that already had done made. Um, Ryan Hurst is playing Thor. Richard Schiff is playing Odin. They revealed Tyr, the Norse god of war, and they revealed Angrboda, who is Loki's wife and the mother of Fenris the Wolf, um, Jormungandr, this world serpent, and Hel, or Hela, as she's called in Thor Ragnarok. Um, yeah. They showed a lot of gameplay and it looked good. It doesn't look too different from the first one, which I'm not mad at because the first one was already good. Just any slight upgrade they can make would be great. And also naturally the boy, Atreyu, older, taller. The actor obviously got older and taller as well, so his voice is deeper, which is interesting to see. And I really love the shift that they did with this series. People like to call it a soft reboot, not a full reboot. They just took it to literally a different country within the world, because within this world, the different mythologies essentially dwell within the countries of their origin. Like this takes place in like Scandinavia, Greece stuff was in Greece. And the Egyptian gods exist. Tyr actually on his arm, there are Greek hieroglyphs on his arm, both in the trailer and in they actually posted posters of each character, including Thor, which is kind of I didn't expect. They straight up revealed Thor. Have you seen it?
I have not.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna get your live reaction right now. I'm gonna send to you on Instagram. Just hold up. I gotta find it real quick.
Oh, I have seen this.
Yeah. He's naturally, as you can assume, being the comic book fan that you are, but also knowing about mythology, people were confused and they were upset because they were like, why is he fat? And that's just what Thor looks like in mythology.
Yeah, pretty much.
They describe him as eating and drinking a lot. And within the game, Mimir constantly calls him a bunch of derogatory names for fat people, like the entirety of the game whenever he talks about him. Because this version of Thor is very similar to the Norse mythology version in the sense that and Mimir said something along these lines, he's a murdering asshole. He's a big fat murdering asshole. Mimir said something very similar to that. And that's literally what he does in this. He's a murderer. And kind of 100% spoiler for people who haven't finished the game. You've seen gameplay and you know the entirety of the story, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I know the majority of the story. I've also owned the game. I just didn't get very far in it because I got bored.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, so you don't mind if I talk a little bit about the stuff that they showed in the trailer that relates to where the game left off. Is that a yes or no?
I know exactly where the game left off. Like, spoiler alert, Thor is at Kratos' door. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is that Atreus is Loki.
Oh yeah.
Angrboda is for people who don't know. I just already said it, but she in the mythology is his wife, and I'm actually gonna put a spoiler alert at the very beginning of this so that you know, because I said that earlier, and that's obviously a spoiler. But for people who don't want to know about the actual mythology, stop watching here. This is the end of the podcast. Anyway, but yeah, she's definitely gonna be his love interest. I also like her name. I just like saying it. It's naturally spelled weird, like most Norse words are, because they're a different language. But she's one of the last remaining giants, which confirms that a lot of people were speculating that maybe because the giants cast illusions a lot within the game, that maybe all the dead giants at the end of the first game were actually an illusion and that they were actually alive. Nope. Thor actually found the way into Jotunheim and he killed them all. The director confirms, he doesn't say this verbatim, but he essentially alludes at the fact that Thor actually was the one to, under Odin's order, go and murder all of the giants. And she's one of the last remaining giants. That was, I think, confirmed in kind of confirmed, not straight up, but in a PlayStation blog. What else was I gonna say? I can't remember. Damn it, we gotta wrap this up. What was I about to say? I can't remember. I forget it. Doesn't matter. Last but not least, George Mall, a former gameplay engineer at Sony Santa Monica, described as one of the fathers of God of War's much loved Leviathan X. You know, the fact that you can throw it and return it. Um, he actually died on September 2nd, which is kind of sad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one of the people who was essentially responsible for that axe being so fun to use and making everybody and their mother want a Thor game. Because that axe is dope. As the little bit that you played in the game, you probably enjoyed using that axe.
It was alright. It kind of felt like it was getting in my way. I'm not gonna lie, because like it already wasn't doing a lot of like damage, but I also didn't get very far in the game, so I can't really complain about that.
How's the axe getting in your way? The whole point of the axe is to remove the people that are in your way.
It felt like it was getting. It just felt like it was doing not a lot of damage. I felt like I was doing more damage with my hands, and I still wasn't doing a lot of damage regardless.
You should finish it. Eventually, you get the Blades of Chaos, and they're dope as usual.
I know. I did see that scene.
The scene when you get it is amazing, by the way.
I saw. No, I was gonna say that's the scene I saw. I didn't really watch much about the game though.
Yeah, once I got the Blades of Chaos, I only used them for the most part. I used axe because there were some cases where you have to use axe, but I really like the Blades of Chaos. They're just so fun to use. I feel like there's not a lot of dual wielding chain weapons in hack and slashes, and there needs to be more of them. But yeah, I kind of forgot. There was definitely something else I wanted to say, but I cannot remember. Oh, what is her name? The mother of Boulder. Uh, why am I forgetting things? I hate when I forget names. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't straight up forgot a name in a minute. Freya. Freya. There you go. If I just had Thor's mother, you probably could have answered it because she's also his mother in the comics. But Freya is after Thor because he murdered her son at the end of the first game. And a lot of people are speculating that she could potentially be like Nemesis in or more like Mr. X in Resident Evil 2. And
that'd be cool.
Chase you around in certain portions of the game. I feel like that could be really dope.
I might actually play it just for that because I love that. I love that type of feature in games.
You felt like if you didn't like the X, but you would prefer I would advise trying to finish the game. But at the very least, maybe play the second one because you'll have the Blazer Chaos from the get-go. So you might enjoy it more because of that.
I'm definitely going to come back to God of War 4, but I just haven't.
I started the New Game Plus, but I never finished it. And like, I just really want to play it again because I'm seeing so much about it. And I haven't played it a second time because there's a lot to do because it's kind of open world. So I was on the Valkyrie Queen, but she beat the dog shit out of me so many times that I quit. So I might go back and try to beat her.